Okay, thank you. Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, good. Sorry for the brief delay. I was trying to get the YouTube live stream going. I'd like to start by thanking everyone for participating in ABRA's roll call hearing via the WebEx platform provided by the DC Office of Open Government. We have only one case on the calendar today. The matter of Aslan Beer Company. This is case number 21PRO0009L, Aslan DC Beer, 1740 14th Street Northwest. License number ABRA 118555. This is a retailer class CT. New application. The protest issues are adverse impact on peace, order, and quiet, residential parking, and vehicular and pedestrian safety, the applicant's record of compliance, real property values, and over concentration. My name is Laverne Fletcher, conducting the roll call hearing as the board's agent. Who is present on behalf of the Shaw DuPont Citizens Alliance?
That would be me, Miss Fletcher. This is Elwin Ferris.
Good morning, Mr. Ferris. Thank you. Is anyone else present from SDCA?
No, I would be the sole representative.
Okay, thank you.
There are members here.
And who is present on behalf of the group of 12? I see that Nicole Christoph is a designated representative. Ms. Christoph, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Hi, thank you. Can you state your name and spell it for the record, please?
Yes, it's Nicole, Nicole. My last name is Christoph, Christoff, like Frank.
And before we go any further, Mr. Ferris, can you spell your name for the record, please?
Certainly. First name, ELWYN. Last name is Ferris, FERRIS.
Thank you very much. Ms. Christoph, who else is present from your group today?
I'll let them speak up because I'm having trouble with the video, but I believe Joyce is here, Suchan, Lori, Faith. Should they introduce
Yes.
themselves? Okay.
Yeah, they can just state your name and spell it for the record, please.
Hi, my name is Suchan Radee. That's SOOCHONRADEE.
Is that the, just a second, please. Okay, so the last name is RADEE?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, just for the record, for the court reporter, can you spell your first name one more time?
Sure, that's SOOCHON.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. And the last name is RADEE.
That's correct.
Thank you. Anyone else present from the group?
How about Russell? Why don't you go next?
Yes, Russell Page. My name is, first name spelled RUSSELL. The last name is Page, PAGE, like page in a book.
Mr. Page, I'm going to spell your name one more time. There's some static coming in.
Okay.
The first name is RUSSELL, and the last
Correct.
name is PAGE.
Correct.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Jeff?
Alan Rotz. First name Allen, ALLEN. Last name Rotz, ROT as in Tom, Z as in zebra.
Okay, ALLENROTZ.
Correct.
Thank you.
And
Anyone?
this is Joyce Cowan, Joycecowan. All of our names are spelled. We're the signatories on the roll call. If you want to make the court reporter's life easier there.
No, we have to do it this way
Oh, okay. All right.
at
So
the
did
time
you?
of the hearing. Thank you.
Okay, no problem. So it's JOYCECOWAN. And my partner may be down shortly, and then I'll have him with a really long name spell his name into the record as well.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else?
Jeff. Jeff, you're muted.
That's JEFFFAUX.
The last name is correct. The first name is GEOFFREY.
Okay. And the last name?
Is Faux. That's F as in Frank, AUX.
Thank you.
Marjorie Allen, and that's spelled MARJORIE. Last name is Allen, ALLEN.
Tom.
Yes, the name is Tom Comaris, COUMARIS.
Thank you very much.
How about George and David?
Hi, this is David Conklin, DAVIDCONKLIN.
Thank you, Mr. Conklin.
George Schubert, GEORGESCHUBERT.
Thank you.
Lori.
Hi, Lori Faith, LORI, F as in Frank, AETH.
Thank you.
Mesky.
Hi, it's Mesky Brahani, spelled Mesky, MESKY. That's the first name. And the last name is B as in boy, RHANE.
Okay, can you spell the first name again?
It's M as in Mary, E Edward, S Sam, KY.
Okay. And what's the first name?
That's the first name.
I'm sorry, what's the last name?
B as in boy, R as in Robert, H as in Henry, A as in Apple, N as in Nancy, E as in Edward.
Anyone else?
Ed.
Me, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Ed Downs. It's Edward, EDWARD. Downs, D like dog, OWNS.
Thank you. Anyone else from the group? Thank you. And present on behalf of Ashland Beer Company.
Morning, Ms. Fletcher. Carl Ward, CARLWARD, on behalf of Ashland.
Thank you, Mr. Ward. The Shaw DuPont Citizens Alliance has standing as a protestant. The group of 12 also has standing as a protestant today because at least 5 of you are present today. I'm going to count the number of individuals that are present today. All 12. Everyone's present today. Thank you. We need to set a date for a mediation, a status hearing, and a protest hearing. I'll give you the dates for the status and protest hearing first. The status hearing is scheduled for January 12, 2022 at 10:30 a.m. It's January 12th at 10:30 a.m. The protest hearing is set for February 9, 2022 at 1:30 p.m. It's February 9 at 1:30 p.m. And you'll receive WebEx invitations to attend those hearings as well. We need to set a date for mediation now. I'll give you the next available day. The next available day for mediation is December the 15th. That's next Wednesday at 9, 10, 10:30, 11, pretty much any time between 9 and 2 p.m. in the afternoon, if that's good for the designated representatives and the applicant, Mr. Ward. That's Wednesday, December 15th.
So far, all those dates are good on our end, Your Honor, or Ms. Fletcher.
Okay, thank you.
Those dates work for me too. This is Nicole Christoph.
Okay. So what about
Ms. Fletcher, Ms. Fletcher, can I ask one question?
Yes, Ms. Cohen.
I think one of the things that we might take into account for that first mediation date is the group of 5 sent Aslan a written document describing all of our concerns. I think that mediation would probably be most productive. We sent that on November 11th. They have confirmed receipt through their attorney, and we were told that they would have a response to us last week. We have not sent that response. We were hoping to work out quite a few items before we sat down to mediation, but we've had total silence on the Aslan side. So I think schedules could work for the date you mentioned, but I just don't think it'll be productive if we haven't had any kind of response, written or otherwise, from Aslan.
It would be more productive if you have a response by then. So let's,
maybe Aslan can address that.
I'll certainly check on it.
With enough time for us to absorb it.
Yes. And then, we'll pick up in mediation from whatever point you are at the time. And Ms. Cole, I'd just like to note for the record that you're also a designated representative for the group.
That's right. But we're trying to make your life easy and usually only just have one person talking.
you have, thank you. And actually you did provide a list, and normally I would have done exactly what you said, but that didn't happen today. And so everybody had to spell their names, but I did receive the typewritten list.
Great.
Thank you.
Great.
That makes a big difference.
So if, I don't know if we can communicate with you after this roll call, but we sent, as I said, we sent that over on November 11th, which is almost, 4 weeks. So if, and none of the issues were brand new issues as a side point. But, so I think it would make sense for Aslan to give us a date certain when they can provide a response.
I certainly understand, Ms. Cohen. I apologize. I'm filling in for 2 coworkers, Andrew and Sedan. Andrew's wife is in for surgery this morning, and Sedan is on another call. So I can certainly reach out to them as soon as I am off of this call and find out what the status of that letter is.
Sounds good. And the other thing we would note is that there was, I believe you're aware, Ms. Fletcher, our ANC did vote to protest this applicant, and then through an administrative error did not file their protest. They've reached out to the parties, and at least the group of 5 is amenable to involving in whatever way ABRA thinks is most appropriate our ANC in the negotiations. Hopefully we come to amicable and a settlement agreement can contain multiple parties to that. It's my understanding that the ANC at that time, while they are not of record on this protest due to that lapse, they still can become a party to the settlement agreement. So we wanted to state for the record that we were notified. It's unfortunate, but we are amenable to including them in the discussion, and especially with a number of protestants. I think it would be a positive vetting of concerns, since the ANC has also been clear on the record on some of their concerns.
That is my understanding as well, Ms. Fletcher. The note from my colleagues that I have says that we are not opposed to the ANC joining any mediation discussions and agreements.
Okay.
Right.
So do you know who in ANC2F would be the contact person?
I was told, I tried to confirm it first thing this morning. I will correct for the record if this is incorrect, but our SMD, Brian Romanowski, has indicated that he would be point, and I believe that was what the ANC agreed to amongst themselves when they were filing the letter, but I can definitely contact you if there's any change in that.
Okay, and okay. So what can happen, Ms. Cohen and Ms. Christoph? You will receive a WebEx invitation to attend the mediation. You can forward that to the ANC2F representative so that they can attend as well.
Which time were you going to choose?
I'm gonna check with you next for that. Do you want to come at we can do it as early as 9 o'clock. We can do it up until 2. So anytime in between. You want to do it at 10?
That's virtual as well.
Yes. So
I personally can do any of those times, but I would like to caveat that if we haven't received their response like in the next 24 hours, I think we need to push it out. What do you think?
So I'll tell you what's next available. So do you want to wait until you receive it to set a date? I mean, I have other dates, but we don't know when you're going to receive the document.
I think that would be best.
So the next week is, so we have something on the 16th also, but I don't know if that's much better than the 15th. The following week is the week of Christmas.
Yeah, I think we need to push it back.
So the next week is the week of December 27, which we can do. We can do it on the 28th or the 29th of December. In the morning before noon. That's a Tuesday or a Wednesday.
Of those 3 dates, Nicole, Nikki, and Sushan, Wednesday the 29th would be best for me. I'm on travel on the West Coast, but I could make that work.
Me too. I'm on travel on the West Coast, but I can make any of those times work.
And we don't need Ms. Fletcher. We just need to have designated speakers on that one. We don't need to have all of your team, right?
That's right. Just designated representatives will be fine.
So Sushan, how about you? 29th?
Mr. Ward, what's happening on your end? You're gonna check with your colleagues?
They said any date set will work. I certainly, wasn't aware of the letter that was sent, and, not knowing the time it takes to turn around one of these things, certainly December 29th sounds a little better than next week. If I go back to my boss and say something's due next week, he's going to look at me. But they said any date is generally acceptable, so the 29th works on our end as well.
Okay, well then, so then Ms. Christoph and Ms. Cowan, you got to pick a time that works best for you. We got 9, 10, 10:30, 11.
I guess I would vote for 11.
Me too. Same.
That'll be 8 a.m.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well then, mediation is set for Wednesday, December 29 at 11.
And do we also need to check with, I hope you didn't fall off, Mr. Ferris for SDCA?
Mr. Ferris?
Yes, I'm
Mr.
here. I
Ferris.
just wanted to make sure the date was convenient for the protestant parties. So, yes, the 29th at 11 a.m. is convenient for me as well.
Well, thank you, Mr. Ferris.
Thank you.
Okay, then, so we've got mediation for Wednesday, December 29 at 11. Any questions at all from anyone?
I think that does it. So I owe you, if there's any change in Brian Romanowski being the point, or anything else, but I think that all sounds good on our end.
Okay.
Excuse me, what was the time of the status hearing?
See, the status hearing is on January 12 at 10:30 a.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'd like to thank everybody for coming, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Thank you. And
Thank
that
you.
was, we look forward to it. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Take care. You're welcome. Bye, everybody.